All right, stop 4 of our 2025 Brewtubers Get-Together preview in Asheville. Making all the Asheville stops in the South Slope area and immediately adjacent, that is. So I got a little flight here at Wedge Brewing Company. And I got a little palate cleanse and something to soak up the beer. Naughty pretzels. Brian, the beer snob and Blue Ice know all about naughty pretzels. You know it. So we got a flight here. It's in this adorable little sheep cattle containment. So got a few here. I will save the flagship until the end. So we will start off with the Pilsner Julian Price. Clear. A little bit of a cloud, but still pretty clear. That lemony color. Definitely has the lemony note. A little bit of a grassy herbal essence too, but doesn't have that like overpowering grassy sensation. So it's pretty much I'd say a 70-30 lemon to grassy aroma. Cheers. That's solid. It's all things Pilsner. It definitely has that grassy note. There's a little bit of a lemony pop to make it not quite so herbal and earthy. But it's solid and crushable and light and everything you want from Pilsner. So, we'll move on to the next one. I believe this is the Porter. Community Porter. All of us in the YouTube community know how important community is. So, as you would expect from a porter, dark as night. There's not a whole lot of light can through that, if any. A little bit of that amber hue around the very, very edge, but really not all of that existent. The aroma's a little hard to pick out, which, I mean, it can't be that out of the ordinary for a porter. Porter's not exactly a big aromatic type of beer as it is. But there is a little bit of a chocolate, roasty coffee note to it. It's just very, very, very subtle. Cheers, everyone. Not totally quite what I was expecting. That's got some sweetness to it. Yeah, that's got actually a real decent sweetness to it. A little bit shying more towards chocolate. There's a little bit of a coffee note, but it's not very strong. So that's okay with me, because you know me, I'm not the biggest coffee fan in the world. Community Porter, pretty solid. All right, let's palate cleanse. If I can break this open. There we go. As you can see, they are the ranch flavor of naughty pretzels. They taste a little like sour cream and onion potato chips. So sour cream and onion ranch, kind of kissing cousins, if you will. All right, the next one, this surprises me a little bit, because I was under the impression that the only brewery that did a Märzen outside of Märzen season was my local Swamp Rabbit right down the road from Mikasa. But apparently, maybe this is just a holdover from the fall. Maybe it's just extra batch because of the effects from the hurricane. They couldn't get it out as fast as they normally do. Couldn't dispense it as fast as they normally do, I should say. But sure enough, there is a Märzen. It's got a nice cloud to it. I am picking up a malty sweetness. It's not the most sweet aroma, and it's not the most malty aroma, but it's nice and subtle and approachable. So that's pretty solid, because for me that maltiness is not always the most welcome essence to my nasal capacities. So I like that, and cheers, let's see what it tastes like. It does have a sweet-ish caramel toffee flavor to it. It doesn't have that bitter malty backbone, which I like. Much more approachable, much more crushable. Very, very nice wedge. That is a nice Marzen. All right, we're gonna palate cleanse with a couple more naughty pretzels. Bread, bread, soaks it up. All right. I saved the flagship for last. The Iron Rail IPA. Homeboy behind the bar said this is a English-American kind of combination here. And it's been their flagship since day one. And I was kind of confused. I was looking at the merchandise and all the Iron Rail branded t-shirts and whatnot. I'm thinking to myself, like, wait, Iron Rail is that a brewery that I'm not aware of? No, it's just been around that long and it's that popular a beer. So they have its own merchandise line as well. Color-wise, it's got that darker, malty, orange type of hue to it. It definitely has more of a sweeter, malty essence to it, aromatics. It kind of smells like what you would expect a red combined with a West Coast. Burp City over here. Kind of what you expect a red and a West Coast to kind of taste like if they were combined into one. So cheers, let's see what it actually tastes like. Okay. It does have that malty-ish backbone to it. It's not over the top with the malty bitterness, but it's still quite strong, quite noticeable. Pretty solid, I will say. This is the type of IPA that I was pretty apprehensive to for most of my life, but all things considered, it's fairly solid. This is not bad. I mean, if you think about breweries that have been around for a long time, this is, as far as on the East Coast, is, as far as that's concerned, this is what, West Coast IPAs were thought to be. And you know what? I never used to like them, but maybe my palate's changing because I could take this certainly a lot better, at least in the taster form. All in all, solid job by Wedge. And we'll see you on the next time I do one of these little 2025 Brewtuber Get-Together previews for July.